Pipe Network presents.
On this episode of Season 5 Reflection.
All my life, I played martial arts. I was nothing about, even though I'm Italian, actually. And so is in Italy, there is a lot about football, like soccer, okay, and rugby. These two are the main sport, let's say, or they were at least the main sport. But I was doing mostly. I started with judo, then karate for a long time. I competed, in national levels as well on karate when I was a teenager, of course. And then after that, I went to different discipline like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, MMA, and some others, but mostly martial arts, yes.
Hi, my name is Mark Adam, and I'm the host of Quantox the Podcast, a podcast show that we can discuss different hot trending topics from love, social media, politics, and many more. May pagkulitan makipagkwentuhan lang dito sa Quantox the Podcast. See you there!
Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of the Rajiv Show. And my guest is, ironically enough, during our introduction, we have a lot in common, and it is funny enough that it has been an interesting opening for us. And what can I say? He's a friend, he's a brother, and he's visited Philippines. Would you believe that? And he also knows a lot of my people. So it's an interesting. This is going to be an interesting conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is Andrea Cola. I hope I pronounced it right, pal.
Yes. Hello, Rajiv. Yes, absolutely. That's the name. You pronounce it very well. And thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So, how are you? How are you, pal? How is everything over
I'm
there?
great. I absolutely great. Right now, I'm living in Greece, northern
Wow.
Greece. So, yes, I've got to say, here is a paradise. I'm living in a paradise, Mediterranean paradise. I'm not in a highland. Like
Yeah.
when people think about Greece, think about Santorini, think about Crete, those
Yeah.
beautiful islands. But
Yeah.
I am the north part of Greece, on the seaside, but
Wow.
north, called Kavala. So it's a small little town which is beautiful, sunny, fresh. Um, I love it. I love it. I
I
love being
feel like
here.
I'm. I feel like I'm there with you right now.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like, I would love to show you how beautiful this is. It's really a little town um, I wasn't expecting that when first I came here 6 months ago, no, 7 months ago in winter time. But then, when summertime is, everything is sunny and shiny. People are all over the place because
Yeah.
before was because of the COVID,
Yeah.
everybody were inside, but now is so much better than 8 7 8 months ago. So I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Nice way to open up. Nice way to open up our show about Greece and how connected we are
Yeah.
to Philippines. We are very connected, guys. Before we hit the record button, we actually had a lot of mutual stuff happening, and we'll unbox that later. But first of all, before we unbox all that, let's put that
Yes.
aside and let's take a time travel. And then I just wanted to ask my first question that I've always asked my guests here in the Rajiv show is that if you and I were classmates in high school, who are you in high
Hmm.
school? Are you the big guy? Are you the sporty guy? Are you the big guy but the shy guy with the books and everything? Or the ladies' man? who were you if you and I were classmates in high school?
Definitely, I'm not a big guy because in especially high school, I was athletic because I've always been an athlete, always been a martial artist, doing some martial arts from judo, karate. Back then, I was doing karate and kickboxing.
Yeah,
So I was not a big guy, was not a tall giant guy.
yeah,
um, but I was, yeah, pretty athletic. I was a nerd. I wasn't the one always with the books.
yeah,
Actually, I was more like, yeah, I was a friendly guy who actually. Um, that's a good question. Who was I in high school?
yeah.
um, I think it was, yeah. I I was like athletic, yes, athletic, small little dude, yeah, friendly,
Yeah.
and yes, that's the kind of guy. I wasn't a bully at all, or I wasn't a ladies' man either. I was pretty shy as well, so yeah, it wasn't at all. Yeah,
you
so that's
mentioned
what it was.
sports.
Yes.
You mentioned sports.
Hmm.
What sports did you play on? What's the games that you normally play?
Okay. All my life I played martial arts. Was nothing about, even though I'm Italian
Yeah,
actually, and so is in Italy there is a lot about football, like soccer,
yeah,
okay, and rugby. These two are the main sport, let's say, or they were at least the main sport. But I
yeah.
was doing mostly. I started with judo, then karate for a long time. I competed, in national levels as well on karate when I was a teenager, of course. And then after that, I went to different discipline like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, MMA, and some others, but mostly martial arts. Yes, focus on martial arts.
Wow, martial
That's
arts. I don't want to
yeah.
mess with you now. You might kick my ass. You might kick my ass. It's dangerous.
No, no, I'll be not. We are too far. We are too far. No more. We are too far.
So, Akil, very detailed observation. Why choose martial art? What's the reasoning behind choosing martial arts?
Hmm. Good question. Okay, the reason behind martial art, I would say, is a mix of reasons. One was some of my good friends were doing it.
Yeah,
Second was I was fascinated by the Jean-Claude Van Damme moves, Steven Seagal moves, uh, all those superstars, moves. Especially, I've got to say,
uh,
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme with his super kicks, and he could actually smash like 5, 7, 10 people in one setting. That was like, wow, I want to do that if I could. So since I was probably not the biggest guy, I was shy. So probably unconsciously, now that I'm thinking about it, that would be something that would give me a little bit more confidence. Probably
yeah,
back then would have been something in my mind that would give me a little bit of confidence, and of course a little bit of influence from my own friends that were doing judo. So a little bit of everything. So make me um, maybe join and stay on that path. Yes, definitely. And that path gave
powerful.
me a lot. Got to say, give me a
That's
lot of
powerful.
discipline. Yes, yes, yes. Give
Powerful.
me a lot. That's
You
definitely.
have my respects, pal. Talking to you with the respect, you have the vibe of a fighter, and you are very, very headstrong. That's nice. It's very interesting. And I gotta ask you,
Thank you.
we're talking in terms of reflection. If there was a timeline
Yeah.
within your, you know, within your life from today till probably the past, if there was a choice that you had to take that would have altered the decisions that you are taking now, which part of your life would that be and why?
Wow. I know it sounds like cliche, but who I am right now is I'm very happy with who I am right now.
Yeah,
And so who I am right now is probably the result of all the crappy things, good and crappy things, crappy choices actually um I got into and situation I got into.
yeah,
Okay. Now, I would say in general, I would just talk a little bit like general now. I would probably listen more to my intuition rather
yeah.
than my head when I
Okay,
was making choices. When I used to make certain choices, I would probably be better off um, listen to my gut feeling
yeah,
than my head, than my
yeah,
rational head. Yeah, well, because many time in certain situation my gut feeling were like, no, 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 that's not right, that's not right, or at least was right but not for me, so that's not right. And my head would probably say the opposite, no, 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 that's right, because 1 plus 1 is 2, so
yeah,
that should be right.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, I noticed that 10 out of 10 decision taken by against my gut feeling just brought me a little bit more pain than I should have. I should have experienced. So that's what I could say. But overall, if I look back, all the experience I had, even the most painful one,
yeah.
they were probably worth having them. Was probably worth having them, definitely. Yes,
Interesting,
because it made the person that I am.
interesting. You're a very, very philosophical speaker, and I like your power. You have this ability to hook a person with your words, and you are very powerful.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
with the martial art, with the philosophy, I like the whole vibe, the combination of those two elements that you put together and created this character that is now you, and it's a very, very, very powerful vibe. I feel, and I wish I could high five you because you might break my hand, but yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Come on. I wish I would high five you and hug you, brother. No
Oh,
worry.
thank you, thank you. So, philosophy wise, is there any philosophy
Yes.
that you live by, or do you have a static dynamic philosophy that you live by, or you have only one philosophy that you taught by dad taught you and you lived on, or a movie quote that you saw that, hey, I like this quote? Do you have that kind of motivational quotation that runs in your head every time you wake up?
Not every time I wake up, but definitely there are a few things, a few values that I respect and like to follow. And one of them is really keep my word, keep my word to somebody, either if it's yes or no. That doesn't mean, I mean, in the past, I used to keep my word, and sometimes, my view about something changed, and I was getting in trouble with my own self because
Yeah,
I had to keep my word, you know.
yeah,
But I would say, in general, keeping my word when I say something, even to myself, especially, and others, but mostly to myself, when I say I will do something, I must do it, and that give me a lot of confidence in myself, because that gives me responsibility. So responsibility it is confidence. It gives you a lot of confidence, because when you actually not waiting for somebody else to get things done for you, and you're just waiting for yourself to get them done, okay, that's a great responsibility that actually along the way create confidence and self-esteem. So
Yeah.
by saying I'm gonna do this, and by doing it and accomplish it, even if it's a small task, okay, and you just do it because you said to yourself, and you execute and you do it,
Yeah.
then you feel much better, you feel much more empowered, because you said, you know what, no matter what happened, I can count on myself. And sometimes people get actually frustrated because they get into this habit of say something and not doing it. So along the way, this one, which is a habit, you can change it, but along the way, this one, it really cut your wings. It really makes you feel like you um, your self-worth will drop along the way if you don't keep your word, at least to
Yeah.
your no, to everybody, I would say, not to yourself especially.
Yeah.
So keeping my words to myself, keep them and execute. Yes.
Powerful. It's so powerful. I can't stop. I can't stop listening. I just enjoy listening to your voice. It's somewhat soothing to that motivational thing. It's really deep. You know, there's so many things that you've taken from the ground and you squeezed every ounce of emotion and energy. It's very powerful. I hope it makes sense what I'm
Thank
saying.
you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like, I hope I make sense to you. Thank you for thank you for letting me know. Yes, absolutely. I'm very glad that my message actually is understood. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm out of questions because we're talking about
Sure.
reflections here. Uh, if you
Wait.
have, yeah, okay, I have
Yes.
one. I have one.
Yeah.
If
Don't
you were
worry.
to look back at yourself, 15 years, 20 years, you name the number. If you look
Yeah.
back at that person, what would you tell him and why? If he's going through the journey.
Let's say on my let's say on my 20s. I mean, if I go way beyond that, I don't know what I would say. Well, yeah, I would say something, but I don't know if it would be, I mean, understood. But on my 20s, maybe I needed more than anything else, because I was becoming a man. So I was start to actually do things by myself, understand life, understand others, understand relationships. So, well, right now, where I am right now, I would definitely there are different areas of my life that I would actually look into. But in general, again, what would I tell to my 20 years old self? Okay, I would say that, first of all, you're not alone feeling in such a way. Maybe I was feeling not, I was feeling maybe I was the only one who wasn't sure about life, sure about what he was going to do, who was going to be. Okay. Was not that confident. I was building up even more my confidence. And and it's okay. I will tell him that he's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to rest sometimes. It's okay to it's okay to slow down. It's okay to be yourself.
Interesting.
Actually, be yourself. And when I say be yourself, it's just like, start where you are. It's okay to start where you are. You don't have to be anybody else. You can be you, you can have full expression of yourself. based on what you have, and then from there you take it from there and you expand it, you become better, you see and look at other people who actually did it, and and um, and be oh, there's a big one that actually I told you before. Really listen to your gut feeling. Really listen to your gut feeling when you are meeting somebody, meeting people. You have a job, or you have an offer,
Yeah.
or you have a chance, an opportunity. Gut feeling, gut feeling, gut feeling. Always tell you the truth, and then the mind will figure out like a plan and to actually get there, but gut feeling will always get you, tell you, if you have, you should or should not take that opportunity. Sometimes it's just like, oh, but that is so good, and no, if your gut feeling say no,
Yeah.
that's okay also, because opportunity keep on coming endlessly, like is an infinite um, source of opportunity, this life. So if you miss one, it's not that it's gone forever. There's going to be another one, and another one, another one. So it's better to get one, to get something. Okay, don't let all your life go on with opportunities come in and you take nothing,
Yeah.
none of them.
Yeah.
But I would take one with gut feeling. Listen to trust your gut feeling, trust your intuition, that it comes from, you don't know even know where it comes from, but it somehow is the truth for you. So that's what I would, the main lesson I would give it to him is, rest when you need to rest, don't give up, but rest if you need
Yeah.
to rest, and slow down if you need to slow down, keep moving forward but slow down, and listen to your gut feelings. That is actually probably the one that I would suggest to my younger self.
Wow. Very, very, very powerful. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I never expected this right off the bat because most of my guests they really take off. They when they take over my show, they give their heart and soul, and that's what the show is all about. It's all about compassion, and I
Yeah,
love how compassionate everything is, and yeah. So
thank you.
well, what is I'm out of topic because all the topic questions about rejecting the thing.
well,
Uh, yeah. You saying?
well, I can, we were talking about earlier about Philippines, right?
Yeah.
If Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we were talking about the fact that I lived in Philippines for, I don't know, 4 years, and I was living right where you were living, or you were born, or what was it?
Yeah. Somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere around that area.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I know.
That's what a coincidence.
I never expected that earlier on. Yeah. Let's talk about that. What drove you to
Mm.
Philippines, by the way?
Okay, I was living in before Philippines. I was living in Ireland, in Dublin, for like around 7 years. So I did so much stuff in Dublin. I grew up as a man, definitely, because I left Italy when I was 18, 19, I think. So, and then I went to Dublin. I wanted to learn English to be able to travel around the world because I had zero English. But then after, I thought, okay, I had zero English almost, and I thought I could learn, from zero to hero. I could go from zero to hero with my English in around 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not the reality. That's not how it is. Even though I was living in a place where I could definitely speak English the whole time. So I wasn't in Italy, I was in Dublin. Um, so I was there, but then somehow I found my freedom. I found the job. I found the friends. I found the training I found places to train and things like that. So I felt like I was I was ready to stay here for a little bit longer. So after 7 years later, I got kind of, you know, sick of the place, but not because the play was bad or anything happened. It just wanted to change scenario
Yeah.
around me. I like variety, so I like to change things and go after something else. And so Asia was always on my radar.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go to Asia. Always wanted also to live on a tropical country because Dublin is always, I mean, not always, but is mostly rainy and gray. But and so I wanted to live in a nice, beautiful tropical country where I had to go with, with shirts and t-shirt and the whole time. So I choose Philippines because, of course, being passionate about martial arts, I knew that there was. I had some friends in Philippines, but I knew that there was. Uh, Actually, I found out that there was this very prestigious, very well-known team, mixed martial art team, MMA, called Team Lakai.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, why not? Why not to go after to go enjoying this team while I'm actually living in in Asia, in Philippines, and I start a new life in there and see how things goes. And also I wanted to give it a try, give it a I've been training for so long, and somehow I felt I wasn't as hungry as I used to be
Yeah.
on my younger age. So I wanted to just go there and totally focus on that. Then I ended up doing other things as well around it in Philippines because the chances, the opportunity in Philippines are endless. Honestly, there's so much energy going on, and it's beautiful. And and so what happened is I joined the team, and got to say the guys are probably are the most beautiful souls that you could possibly you know be with. They are incredible. Beside being a great fighters, warriors, I would call them warriors more than fighters, because fighters is more like it puts you in a box. Warrior is more like I think is a bigger box. Let's put it this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so warrior at heart, but at the same time they are very honest. They are very humble. They are very disciplined. They are tough mentally and physically. They're really, really tough. And I love them. I trained with them. I did a few fights, and but mostly was I went there to train, and I trained with them, and I was very, very happy of the experience. And Coach Mark, everybody knows probably Coach Mark, obviously, from the team, and which is the head coach. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He has that kind of silent leader, silent confidence, I would call it, that you feel it, he's there, and he get things done, and he will bring you where you want to be if you put the work on, and he's there for you. And but it's not one of these crazy, like, I don't know, head coaches or whatever, very, very loud persons. He is very still, very, very centered, and very, very humble. So and of course all the students, of course, reflect probably his leadership, his way of living, because they are all humble and nice and ready to help. So I was there. I had an amazing experience, I gotta be honest, and I learned a lot. Besides being an athlete for like almost 20 years, there I really learned a lot, by training with world champions. And yes, I understood a lot about, focus, fighting strategies. Understood a lot about confidence and certainty. Um, Understood a lot about we are all on the same boat, no matter who you are, whatever
Yeah.
you are. a world champion or not. We all have fears, all have doubts, okay? All
Yeah,
have things to work on.
yeah.
So, no, it was an amazing experience, I got to say.
Wow. I love the storytelling here because it looks like you took me on a journey to places where I haven't been before. I love your storytelling, your narrative. It's very, very, very powerful. And wow, I applaud you.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
have my respect. You have my salute and my respect, pal. And yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Appreciate
wish
that. Appreciate
I
that.
I wish we could have a part two on this one because of course Zoom only has a limited time right now, and the timer has
Yeah.
reminded me. So before we go, if my listeners would want to connect with you
Hmm.
via social media, how will they find you on social media? Pal?
Okay, I've got to say that right now I'm little by little, I am actually getting back to social media because um, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm not a big social media guy. I tend to be on the shadow and everything, but honestly, I think now I'm going to do more on social media, to be more out there. So little by little, I will create more and more pages, more and more accounts. But for now, well, I'm in LinkedIn. I'm actually have a new podcast. As well. I'm creating a podcast as well.
Oh, that's
You are
nice.
way more advanced. So, but I have just a few episodes and I'm creating more.
Yeah,
So basically, yes, through my podcast, also through my LinkedIn account.
yeah.
Okay, for now, and then soon I will open probably Instagram account and a Facebook. I have my private Facebook, but I would like to have my own a page or something. So I will send it to you and you can put it on
I'll put it in show notes.
below your show.
Yeah,
Yeah, show notes. Yeah. All
awesome.
right.
Awesome. I want to thank Andrea for joining me here in this amazing, amazing conversation. It's an absolute
Thank you.
blast. It's a legend, and I would love to listen to your voice every single hour. Sadly, Zoom doesn't want me to prolong it because but Zoom is Zoom. Hopefully, we'll have a part two, part three,
Zoom is
part
Zoom.
four. I hope to have you
Yes, I
back
would
on
love
my
to.
and stay in touch. Add me, and let's see where we can take this. Where we can take this show because as of the
Absolutely.
moment I'm running out of content. So with that in mind, I want to say thank
Okay.
you. I want to say thank you, Andre, for being
Thank
part.
you.
Thank you so much. I'm giving you a salute right
Thank
now,
you. Ciao, ciao.
and I will see.
Take
And
care.
folks,